Hi, in this video, I'll be showing you how to deploy your Django project to Heroku. We are going to be using AWS to host our database on a live server, and then we're going to deploy using Heroku. So I'll show you everything step by step right now. So in our source code right here, you can see we are using the development database, which is SQLite 3. So now we are going to switch to Postgres, and if you switch to Postgres, it's also going to be a local database. What I want to do there, I want to create a live database, a live database, understand? So using the same method we have here, understand? So right now, I'm going to show you what the article looks like. So we're deploying a simple blog. So it's coming up right now. So this is the blog site. This is a simple blog. This is a simple blog application. Understand? So I should deploy this blog now. Now this blog is still on development. It's not yet on production. We've not deployed it yet. So right now, what we need to do now is that if you don't have Postgres installed, just go down to the browser, look for Postgres, just search for download Postgres. I'll just show you the step in case you don't have it installed on your computer. So the page is loading right now. So click on the first link. Okay, download Postgres. So the page is still loading. So now watch closely. You can see we have different operating systems. I'm going to pick Windows. That's one I use. So Windows. So now click on this link on top, download the installer. Okay, now you can pick whichever one that goes with your computer right here, install it. And while installing Postgres, you'll be asked to input a password. So do well to remember that password. You understand? So as you are installing Postgres, Postgres comes with its graphical user interface called pgAdmin. So the password you were asked to enter while installing Postgres, you need to enter that password while logging into pgAdmin. I hope you should know this, understand? So this is my pgAdmin. Currently I'm logged in. Before I could access this page, there was a pop-up asking for a password, and that was a password that I entered during the installation of Postgres, understand? So right here, I'm going to create a new server. I can say I have two servers. I'm going to create a new server. So I'm going to say create server group. I'm going to just call this, we're just going to call it blog deploy. Let's just say blog deploy. We're going to deploy a blog, so just save. So right in this server group now, I'm going to create a new server. Hope I'm on the right track. Okay, I'm going to call this server, let's just say my blog, and then click on the connection. So I'm going to just call this localhost, and that the username is Postgres, and this password you see here this is the password you are going to enter. The password you see, what you're going to enter here is what you were asked to input during the installation of Postgres. So I just enter my own password, which is this. So do well to remember that password because it's really important. You can see it is being required in several places. So just save now. Just save this. Okay, it's trying to save. Okay, now we have a Postgres database set up for us. So now I can just come down here. I'm going to just remove this. Once I remove this, the data you see on the browser will be gone. You understand? These things will disappear because they are coming from this SQLite 3 database. I'm going to just comment that out right now and just remove the comments from the Postgres setup. Understand? So this is, you can see we have Postgres SQL Cycle PG2. So this Cycle PG2 you see up here helps to connect Django to Postgres. So for it, what you need to do now is just to install it. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you can see this name value, so we need to create a database. So let's go and create a database first. So now we have a new server group called blog deploy. We have a new server called my blog. So right now in this my blog, I'm going to create a new database. Understand? So just right click on database and click on create. So I'm going to call this database, I could just say I don't know, I'm trying to think of a name right now. Just say let's call it, let's just say new blog. That should be fine. So just save. So this is our database right now. You understand? It's called new blog. You understand? So trying to save it. It's taking quite some time. Just let's give it some time. Okay, you can see if you look here, if you check we have some databases here. We have about, I think, 7 of them. You can see we have new blog. So come down to your code here. So just put in new blog here. New blog. That's the name of our database. New blog. So our user is called Postgres. The database I entered in the pgAdmin is called database. Local host remains the same, and the port number remains 5432. Understand? So I think you saw that. So 5432. Where do we see that again? I think it's in properties. You can see the port number 5432. Understand? So that's it now. So this cycle pg2 helps to connect Django to Postgres. So just go down to the command line to the terminal and install it. It's just a simple command: pip install cycle pg2. So I want to show you how it's done. So avoid. So pip install cycle pg2. So pip install, it's called cycle pg2. So I spelled it wrongly. Cycle pg2. Enter. So this is how you install it. So it's going to say requirements already satisfied because I already have it installed. So while it's running, so now I need to go down to the browser. If you check closely, this database we have here is it's what will I say? This database is still local. So I want to make it live. So we are going to use AWS. You understand? So let's do that right now. I want to be sure there's no mistakes here because I don't know why this is showing this. So let's just run server. Let's see. So we run server now. So we want to convert this database setup to a live database. So let's do that right now. So go down to the browser and look for search for AWS, Amazon Web Services, Amazon Web Services. Oh, since I spelled that wrongly. Okay, just so Amazon Web. So just you can see this first link called Cloud Computing. This aws.amazon.com. So click on it. Okay, Amazon Web Services. So the page is loading. So we're going to be kind of fast here. So just give it some time. Okay, right now, for you now, okay, I need to the page is not fully loaded yet. So it's not fully loaded. Okay, I think it's done loading. Okay, now Amazon Web Service. This we are going to be using AWS to host our Postgres database. You understand? So while trying to create an account on AWS, you'll be required to put in your card details. You understand? Your bank credit card. You need to put in the information there. You understand? For beginners, AWS gives you guys 1 year free hosting. You understand? You can use AWS for 1 year for free, but you'll be required to put in your credit card details. You understand? So what I advise you is this. Now you can simply get a different card or a new card. You understand? Just put in like $2 in that card. You understand? That's it, about 1,000 naira. So put in like $2 in that card. You understand? Because while creating an account on AWS, Amazon is going to debit that card $1. You understand? So just put in like $2 in that card, so you'll be on the safe side. You understand? So just do as I said. You get. So once you've done that, you can now then create an account. But for me, I already have an account. I'll simply sign in. You understand? So I'm going to sign into my account right now. So AWS give you some free stuff for a year. So if you exceed those free offers, you have to pay. You understand? So what I'm trying to say now is that if you put in your main card, your main bank card, and you exceed the free offers AWS gives you, you have to debit the money from your bank account. That's why I said you need to like get a new bank card, put in like $2 there. You can sign up even though you exceed AWS offers, even though you exceed the free plan they gave you, you still be safe. You understand? So that's it now. So currently we are on. I'm currently logged in. During your time, while trying to log in, you'll see two user options. One is called I am, and the other is called the root user. So log in through the root user. You understand? So now currently we're on AWS. So now I'm going to look for RDS. So just search for RDS in this search bar. RDS stands for Relational Database Services. So search for RDS. So search for it here. You see. So this is RDS right here. So click on it. So it stands for Relational Database Services. So this way we are going to create our live Postgres database. Understand? So let's do that quickly. So it's loading. Okay, now you can see right here. You can see you have this option of creating data. Just click on this. Click on Create Database. If you click on databases on the left, you see some databases I've created before. I have two databases I've created in the past. So right now, just go back to the dashboard. Click on Dashboard to create a new database. I'm doing this for this tutorial, so let's create a new database. So now you can see now. So you're going to just pick the standard create. So now come down here. You pick PostgreSQL. That's because we are currently working with Postgres. If you're working with my SQL, you need to pick my SQL. So now you can see they have three options here. So go for the free tier, leave the production and the dev test. Those ones are paid. So pick the free tier. Amazon gave you a 12 months free plan. That's awesome. So just pick this free tier here. So just keep scrolling now. You can see I'm going to change this username to Clinton. I'll just put in my name there. While doing yours, you can put in your name. So I'm just say Clinton. So now put in my password. Just put in I'll put in a password. Make sure you remember this password because you need it in your settings.py. So put in this password. So put it again. Confirm password. So now just keep scrolling. So you can see this public access. Click on the yes. So pick yes. Why do we pick yes? This is because we want to make sure that we are able to connect Django to AWS. So click on the yes. So just keep scrolling down. So additional information. I want to give my database a name. So I called my database. I gave it a name called new blog. So I will give it the same name I have here. So to avoid any form of conflict, I'll say new blog. So just scroll down. Let's keep going. Okay, if you check closely here, these are the features Amazon gave you for each month in a year. So do well not to exceed these features, these plans. And if you exceed it, they're going to charge you. That's why I said get a new bank card, put in like $2 there. So even though they try charging you, there's no money in the card, you understand? So just try and read this information in this link. Just try and read and understand what it says. It's going to be really helpful, you understand? So after you've done all this now, so first of all, we came down here, we clicked on standard create, so we picked Postgres, then picked the free tier. So now I have to change the username from Postgres to Clinton. You can choose whatever name you like. So I put in a password here. Make sure you don't forget this password because you will need it in the settings of Wi-Fi. So what else we change again? This public access should be set to yes so that Django can connect to AWS. So after that now, just scroll down. So I gave our database a name called new blog, and I made sure it matches with the one we created called new blog here. Okay, setting that as off for now, and then click on create database. So as I said earlier, read this information. It's going to really help you understand AWS free tier, the free plan. So click on create database right now. So database is kind of creating, you see it's trying to create our third database. You can see it's trying to create it. It's going to take quite some time, so you're going to be patient while this database is being created. It's going to take some minutes, so let's be patient. Okay, so just recently the database has been created. You can see this, you can see the alert on top saying successfully created database 3. So click on this database on the left, understand, click on it so you can access our database. Click on the left one, so you can see it right here. It's now available, understand. So this one we just created this database 3 newly just right now, understand. So these are that two up here, 1 and 2, I've done that before now. So click on it there, click on it, understand. So just now our database is live now. So now you can see we need this endpoint. So just copy this endpoint here, copy. Okay, copy this endpoint, and what we need to do now is go down to pgAdmin. Yeah, pgAdmin. So just go down to the blog deploy server. You know we created, so a blog deploy server. So click on properties. Or see my blog. Okay, I think it's go down to the server called my blog. So properties, so click on edit. So now go to connection. So now I'm going to replace localhost with this endpoint. So remember I changed the username to Clinton. If you can remember, the username is Clinton, and the port number still remains 5432. If you check here, you can see the port number is still 5432. Okay, so I'm not going to touch that. So now what I'm going to do now is just save this. Save. Okay, I think it has been saved. You can see it has been saved. Okay, now go down to Django right now. So now come down here. You can see our host. We are going to replace it with the endpoint from AWS. So now I'm going to simply paste that endpoint in this localhost point. So let's do that right now. Don't know why my PC is hanging. So let's do that right away. So I'm going to replace this localhost with the endpoint. Okay, that done already. So after we've done that now, the name of our database is still called new blog. Remember, I made sure the names were the same. So the database is still called new blog. So the user now is called Clinton. So let's just change that to Clinton. I said why we are creating the live database, we entered a password. So that password you entered, you're going to place it right here. What I entered there was database. So that's what I have here still. So that's it now. So now we need to like run server right now to see if our changes are working fine. So the server is currently running. It's quite slow because now, so let's see. So now let's run server and let's see. So Ctrl C. Let's see what the problem is. So now we tried running server. So let's run server right now and see what the problem. Let's see if there's going to be any issue. So run server. Let's see. So server is taking quite some time. Okay, currently there is no problem, but there should be an error. I was expecting an error, but the error did not come this time. There should be this error you seen on top here. but never, don't worry. Okay, our server is running successfully. If you can see, server is running fine, but I was expecting an error. You might get this error, so I'm going to show you how to fix this error if you have this error. So right now, our database is on the live server, is live now. You understand? So just come down here to the code now. You can see it's our database, the one we just created. So to get there, I'll show you how to access this page. You can click on database on the left. So you can see I have 3 databases right here. So click on the last one. We just made this last one right now. So click on it. So just scroll down, scroll. I'll show you something. You can see this security group rules. Sometimes these links will not be generated for you. Understand? So it might cause you to have some errors. This stuff will not be here. These 2 links. So I'm going to show you how to add them, how to include these links. So what you just do now is just click on this settings icon. Click on it. So talking about security groups, you might have some errors, something like this. I'll show you the error you're going to have. Something like if you might, but not all the time. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it does not. So I have the error. I've been having the errors before I had to fix it. You can see this Django.db.ot.operational error could not translate home database stuff. You understand? So you're going to have this kind of error. You understand? So I want to show you how to fix it in case you come across it. So I said, come on to these security rules. As I said earlier, these 2 links will not be generated for you, and they are really important. So just come down here and click on this settings icon. So this security group might be turned off. I mean, it might be turned off, something like this. You understand? So click security group, so it might be turned off. So just turn it on. And then click on continue. So once you click on continue, that should not be the last phase. Okay. I need to do something right now. So let me turn it off, turn off, continue. Let's see. You can see right now, those 2 stuff are not there again. Those 2 links are not there. So what you just need to do right now is just come down to this settings icon. So click on turn on. So I'm going to just continue right now. So you can see those 2 links are not there. So go down to your code right now and let's run server again. Let's see the error comes up. Let's see. So still loading. The error is not there. Okay, that is nice. But the error might sometimes come up. So I'm sure how to solve this right now. So what you need to do now to solve it, just follow my steps. So if those 2 links are not there, click on the setting icon. So click on security group, just turn it on. So continue. So now I can see the 2 links are now here. Okay, so that's it. But you can go further. So just follow my step. On the first link, click the first link. So just follow what I'm doing. Click the first link. So if there are no errors, just continue. You understand? So after you click the first link, you can see this security group ID. Click this link underneath it. Click. So after you've done that, so just scroll down. So click on edit inbound rules. If you don't find this error, just leave it and continue your work. So on this type, click on this drop down. So you see all traffic. So click on all traffic. So come down to the other drop down. So click on anywhere IPv4. IPv4. Click on it. And sorry, before you click on this, or before you click on these 2 drop downs, click on this delete button here first. So we are going to delete the previous rules and create a new rule. So add rule. So come down here, pick all traffic, and then come down to the other drop down and pick anywhere IPv4. So click on save changes. Okay, it has been saved. So that's what you need to do there. So everything is fine now, I guess. So click on databases. So click on database 3. Database 3. So now we have those two links there. Perfect. So that's it now. But if you have those two links already there for you, so just leave it, everything is fine. But if they are not there, just do as I said. Understand? So now what we need to do now, you can see now we have some unapplied migrations. Understand? So go down to the browser now, refresh this page. Let's see what happens. Refresh. So let's see, it's taking quite some time. You can see we're having an error saying relation blog app, talking about that the post model can't be found. That's because we need to migrate this unapplied migrations. Understand? So just Control C now, let's migrate. So Python. Okay, Python manage.py migrate. So just migrate. Everything should be fine. So once you've migrated, you're going to create a new super user. Understand? Because now we are working on a different database. We're no longer using the SQLite 3. We are using the Postgres live database from AWS. So migrations is kind of running. You can see it's quite slow. Do you know why it's slow? Because currently now we are on a live database. We're no longer on the local environment. Now we are live, so it's quite slow. Because the migration is running quite slowly. That's because you're on the live database right now. So now it's gonna take quite some time to run the whole migration. So this is gonna be, so once this migration is over, I'm gonna create a super user. So you're gonna be patient enough. So let's wait. So currently the migrations is done. So now we're going to create a super user. So Python manage.py create super user. So mind you, we are on a live Postgres database now. So create super user. So let's do that. So it's going to be slow also because we are on a live database. If your internet is quite slow, it's going to be slow. If it is fast, it's going to be a bit faster. So mine is quite slow this period. I don't know what was wrong. So I'm going to put in my username. So my password. So it's our super user that's going to add the blog post. Understand? So I'm going to run server right now. So let's run server. Okay, it's loading. Okay, our server is running successfully. So go down to the browser again and refresh. If you refresh closely, we don't have any posts in this time. We are on a live database right now. There's no posts attached now. So we need to go down to the admin to add some blog posts. Understand? So before I do that, that's going to be in the part 2. I'll be doing this. I'll be adding the blog post in the part 2. Understand? So this is where part 1 ends. Now, right now I showed you how to convert your Postgres to a live database, to a live one. Understand? So in the part 2, I'll show you how to host your image files. Understand? You can see on the blog post I showed you earlier, you can see there were some images on the blog post. Understand? Those pictures, those blog pictures you see, I'll show you how to host them on AWS S3 buckets. Django is not good at hosting images. Django is not good with it. If you try deploying a Django project and you have Django host the image for you, you see sometimes the images will not appear. Sometimes the images will not appear on the web page because Django is not good at upload. It's not good at host. It's not good at holding or hosting images. Instead, so we are going to use AWS S3 bucket to host our user uploaded images. Understand? So I'll be showing you how to do that in the part 2. So this is part 1. So in the part 3, we are going to now deploy everything to Heroku. You will see everything. So thank you for watching. We'll meet in part 2.